feeling good enough, we might be able to cut a hole in front of his boat.
Call me, I'll help you do that. That ain't no problem.
I told you.
I always want to do something like that. Just don't think mine or yours.
Yeah, I said, once you cut that hole, it's there. I said, it takes a lot of Bondo to fill that thing back. But anyway, we'll try to get him rigged up here if he ever gets better and stuff. And we'll talk about the crappie fishing I done down there the other day. I caught 5 keepers, and grandson caught a good bass right off with us on the minnows there about 20 foot deep. Hadn't talked to anybody else to find out what they'd done, but first thing I done was turn the depth minder on there, was check that water temperature, and it did drop down from 52 to 46, and a little bit of dingy water in places, but mostly cleared up, and the wind wasn't too bad, but we tried to put in Blue Springs there and tried in the creek, and they caught that bass there in the creek and never got a crappie to strike at all in the creek, and had to get out on the channel to get a bite from a crappie.
Mike, he didn't catch no catfish?
No, he didn't catch no catfish.
Disappointed in him.
He didn't get to watch me catch a good drum.
Well, did he get to eat?
No, he didn't have nothing to eat. That's the reason he was starving to death. He was wanting to know.
Start poor fella.
Yeah, he was wanting to know what Mama had fixed and all that, you know.
Yeah, Mama feed him.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Mama feed him. So anyway, we had a nice little time down there. It wasn't too bad of weather. It was a little bit cool to start off with. Like I say, the wind wasn't white capping like it'd been the last few trips. But anyway, we run up the lake and then run right down the lake and checking a few places out. And like I say, it was a rough day. I think if we'd have got to fish all day, we may have got a dozen or something. But you was telling me that you had some fellers that
Scott fished there a couple weeks ago. And I think he said they brought 4 home. Caught 9, had 4 keepers. And then the guy he went with took his dad and went back, I believe he said sometime over the weekend, and they brought a limit home. And said they had several of them 14, 15-inch fish.
Well.
So, of course, you know how fishermen are. It might not be exactly true.
Yeah, we stretch them.
I've been in over on Steve's box over here trying to get some info out of it.
Yeah.
But, yeah. But that's what I'd heard. I say, I guess a week of pretty blue skied weather. But it's cold, but days you got to work.
Yeah, I heard that. Maybe this weather will give us a break here and we warm up a little bit and at least quit raining long enough for us to get back down there and drown the minnow again.
Brad told me last week before last, that cold weather didn't bother you, but that cold and rain wasn't good.
Yeah.
He said you didn't mind breaking that ice to get that boat in the water.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit rougher when you're wet.
He said we was getting too old to do that.
I hear you there. But anyway, we'll be back in a minute. We'll take a commercial break here and get back to some fishing.
Hey folks, here at Tim's Tires, there's the times that they're open. The day, that's 5 days a week. They're open from 8 to 12:30 on Saturdays. All right, folks, we're inside here in the warehouse. Just wanted to give you a quick look at all the tires and stuff they got. And here we are. There's some four-wheeler tires, lawnmower tires, just a mixture of about any kind of tire you want. So keep that in mind. Then here we get into the light truck, automobiles, that kind of thing. So just walk through here and give you quick look at what they've got in stock here. I mean, you know, it's it's just, I don't know, man. They must be a couple of thousand tires in here right now, if not more. Sizes, shapes. You truckers, you know the word. This is a place to get your tires for your trucks. And these over here, getting a little bigger sizes, light trucks, heavier automobiles, this kind of thing. And as you can just see back through there, it's just, heck, I don't know, this building's probably about 300 feet, one end to the other, and they're wall to wall. Remember Tim's Tires, folks. That's down here on Highway 27 on your way into Harriman, and get the best deals they're going. So give them a call, price check, whatever you want to, and if you want a special tire that they might not have, you could, they'll definitely get it for you. Tim's Tires. Let people know what we represent.
That's what we're all about. We do try to do an honest day's work for the people, and we've got operators from all over the DOE sites, TVA sites, the outside contractors. We're just about everywhere you see a heavy piece of equipment, good chance that you'll see an operating engineer on it, rather it be Barnhard. I'd like to mention them, All Crane, and all of them that's signatory to us. We have over 100 contractors that's signatory to us, so I definitely appreciate those guys all the way in Chattanooga, Kingsport, Tullahoma, throughout all the way up to Johnson City. So we do cover a big area, and just let us know if we can be any help to local contractors that come through these areas. We'll definitely send you some people.
All right, David. I appreciate all those good words, and we'll get this on the air, and I want to thank you again.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, folks, we're back, and I tell you, this fishing is off and on at times, depending on how bad the wind is and everything. But the water's cooling on down, and I think the fish is moving on out, which they normally should be. I was talking here with Jeff about.
You're in trouble.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. There he is.
There he is. I already got a caller here. Hello.
Mike, looks like you're doing a good job. Just a couple of reminders there.
Yeah.
You got the fishing show going on over there at the
Expo Center.
On Clinton Highway there, Expo Center, right?
Yeah. Yes, tonight's the first night of it.
Yeah, and also too, remember to mention that Joe Lee will be over
At Edgemore.
Joe Lee will be over there next Thursday at Edgemore.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, next Thursday at Edgemore, Joe Lee's going to be over there giving a seminar. That's good.
All right.
Remember what time it was, Steve?
Yeah, 5:30.
5:30, okay.
5:30.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we got that, and the show runs through Sunday, 10 to 5 on Sunday. Yeah. Okay. Well, take you plenty of medicine. Hope you get to feeling
All right.
better.
Good, doing good. Continue to carry on. We'll catch up with you later.
Yeah.
See you, Steve. Take care.
You know, I ain't got the gift to gab like Steve does.
That's right. Even sick, he wants to talk, don't he? He didn't think we had that expo center.
Yeah.
We got the expo there.
yeah.
We one up on you, buddy.
know-
But
we
made you
know.
look good anyway.
We know that was happening. But anyway,
Lord have mercy.
yeah, that fella, I reckon he got so much going on all the time. I thought he was getting like Biden there for a minute. He couldn't
No.
lose that train of thought or something. I said, well, shoot, I
The
better
time
not
for
say that.
commercials, is that what you tell them?
Yeah, I said, I better not say that. And I'll be right behind him.
Yeah. We
As
sure
long
would,
as I got that map stuff on the depth finder where I can find my way back to the
Yeah,
hole.
if you
I'll
got the
be-
tracking on, yeah, you get us back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I done found out you can get us back if it was dark and we can't see. We'll make it back to the boat ramp.
Yeah, might do it. He's something else. Anyway, he gets tore up if I get too many fish on him. Or
Yeah,
ain't getting up.
that ain't working. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on up.
He asked me, he said, something wrong with my minnow?
I told you that's why I'm filling in here.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sitting in the back of the boat, trying to keep you company.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Chandler, if you want to, go ahead and show what little bit of crappie film me and Mikey had down there. Got my grandson with me there, Mikey. He's going to try to catch something. I don't know if he will besides a catfish or something. But I'll take him out here and let him drown in a minute and see what he thinks about it. We'll check things out here. Water looks fairly good. And showing 46.5 water temperature. It's cooled down quite a bit since the last time we were down here. That's about 6 degrees difference. So we'll get out here and see if we can figure out what's going on, and hopefully we can get a crappie or two on. All right, we're gonna record. Mikey says he's got one there. Oh yeah, look on her, what a bass. Think he can get that thing in? Oh yeah, he got him a good bass there. Look on her. My goodness. I tell you what, that's something else. That's a nice bass, real nice bass. Yeah. All right, we'll put him back in the water and see if we can get some more. Ease him back in there. There you go. There you go. You take off. You catch him again next time. He'll be bigger. Yeah. Robbie. Right. Throw him in the box. Yeah. That's our keep. Measure him up there and make sure. Put him in the live one. Oh yeah.
Holy cow, that one's huge.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't take your manner.
Yeah. That's right. You throw him back. I don't think you'll measure him.
Can I measure him?
Nah, you don't need to measure him.
Good.
Let's throw back. At least you know they're there.
You take your measure.
Let's check him and see, but I believe you will.
I got a picture. Woo, you want me to measure that one, probably?
Yeah, that's Arkansas.
Yep, it's got that back.
Black nose.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Unless it's a rockfish.
Oh,
You still eat drum? Can I get it off? It's barely hooked on, too.
yeah, I yo. Yeah, Mikey thought that was pretty funny there. That big drum showed up there. He thought I had a whale, but now I did have a hold of one. Hey, I know it was a rockfish, and followed it around there. I don't know, 20 minutes, I guess, and got it up there close to the boat, and it finally pulled the hook out. But now it was a whopper, I'm telling you. It
Eat your manner.
Oh, it was smoking that drag on that rod. And I had him on 20-pound test, you know. He wasn't going to do nothing with him, but now he was smoking that thing to start off with. And had to kind of chase him down a little bit with the trolling motor. And had it on spot lock, and had to take it off spot lock to run him down. You know. And anyway, he got him up there, and then he pulled loose. I said, I took that home to Sherry and let Steve clean that rascal, and she'd have grilled it.
Yeah.
I said, even if it's 6 foot long, I took it.
Big skillet for that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
What kind of toys you got us sitting over there?
Well, I tell you, them dang crappie you seen that we caught there, they was around 30 foot, 32. I think the shallowest one I caught was probably around 25. But most of them was right there around that 30-foot mark. And like I say, I fished a lot of, and even come back before we left and pulled back in the creek there and sat on some brush piles at 30 foot, and I never got a strike out of that creek. It surprised me that we didn't get some fish out of the creek there, Blue Springs. And I don't know, I never seen none on the depth finder as far as any suspended fish, you know. And all the minnows I seen seemed to be out there 15 foot or more, scattered, you know, in big balls and stuff, just scattered here and there. It was sort of a puzzling day there, try to figure them out, but I think that water clarity may have had something to do with it. It still looked like it had like a stain in the creek compared to the channel. But anyway, we had a pretty good time, and I did get him home and let his granny feed him.
And time to eat supper, that's all that matters.
Yeah, he was ready. Yeah, matter of fact, when he got to, he didn't even help me try to put the boat up. He was out the door of that truck and up them steps.
You know this on the table.
Yeah, he
boy's something now.
ready to eat now, that's for sure. But anyway, we got to talking about the bass there. You seen that one he caught there about 20 foot deep, and thinking about springtime coming on with the show going on and all that, and usually there's a lot of different baits that does real good in the spring, and one of the better ones I think is the jerk bait, and Steve, you know how he is on them jerk baits. He really likes to throw them and hit them a lick or two, and then as they just suspend and just sit there, and get them bass to come up there and grab them. And sometimes they do real good. A lot of them people, throws a jerk bait, is getting good at it, and a lot of different colors and different type baits on it. But something I ain't heard of in a while is that used to be real hot in the springtime, was that Alabama rig. And I've made a bunch of them, and I've bought several of them. And there's some of them here that's small ones, little bitty one here, and it's got 4 legs on it, and about a 3/4 ounce or 3/8 head on it, I guess. And I bought some a little bit bigger. It's probably close to a 1/2 ounce head. And bought some with one set of spinners on it in front of the baits. And that's a 5-wire there. And I got one here that's got 2 sets of spinners on it. And they say that dingy water, a lot of them likes to fish out with a lot more spinners than they do when the water's clear. And, you always got 3-wire there that you can use, and if you go to a 5-wire, then you got to have your dummy bait, as they call it. Only use 3 hooks, and then you got to have 2 that ain't got no hooks in them. I've made several of them, and I usually just get the hook with the lead on it, and the screw wire up in the front of it, and put your dang bait on there, and use that lead on that hook to weight it down. Don't even put no lead up on the head of it. But there's a lot of different baits to put on there. I like the little pogo tail job. Them work pretty good. You can get the ones, so many different varieties of shapes and stuff, from the white ones and just about any color you want. You just go over to Edgemore Outdoors and you can fill your box full of them. Just a variety of different colors and stuff, from big long ones to short ones and everything. I've thrown some pretty big ones down there in Florida when we used to go down there. I had one to roll up after that 6-inch job there, and it just depends on where you're at and what you're throwing. But a lot of them heads for them baits down there. This is a buddy of mine makes them Big Daddy custom baits. There, he got a good-looking head with a screw on it there, the wire screw on it to hold the bait up on the hook. And I think that was a 3/4 or 1 ounce, and then here's a little old 1/8 ounce job, even with a little spinner behind it. He makes all kinds of bait. That's Mr. Hatfield. He lives off right there at Roddy. But anyway, springtime, when it starts warming up a little more, you can start throwing your rattle traps again. They're awful good in them creeks and stuff. And some of them like to throw them little old square bill plugs. Them works awful good. And then that chatterbait or bladed jig, whatever you want to call that, that works awful good in the springtime. So there's a variety of different baits and lures that you can try, but the colder the water, the more dormant the fish are. So, when they might ease up in that cold water in the springtime, but they don't want to chase nothing too good. You're
like Mike, you don't like to chase that food.
No, sure don't. So that's the reason I think that jerkbait does awful good, because once you work it down there a little bit and then stop it, and it just sits there, kind of like that floating fly in a way. It ain't much, but it just sits there and don't move. And
Just a hesitation.
Yeah, and it just aggravates them so bad they can't stand it, and finally they'll hit it, just because they can't stand it. And them bass is pretty funny about things like that. And sometimes you went up there at North, and they was doing real good on that floating fly. I never got a strike on it. Throwed it all day long. And I think Brad and Grace there went back up there the next day, and they done real good on it. I don't know whether it was the cloud cover, or that little bit of breeze, and that's what Brad said he thought it was that little bit of breeze on the water that kept that floater going up and down and making that thing bob a little bit or something. But pretty much fished the same kind of banks and stuff, the steeper type banks up there. And I don't know, that floating fly is something else. I ain't heard much about it out Dale Holler. You know, it was real hot there for a couple of years, yeah. Everybody you seen was throwing a floating fly out there. Had to have one of them 10-foot rods and all that stuff, you know, fish that floating fly and stuff. But like I say, hadn't heard nothing on it. I think Steve was telling me that when he called Bill the other day, that him and Max was out there, and they still wasn't doing all that good out there. Dale Holler heard that there's a few of them catching some fish up the river in the dingy water on some crankbaits, but
they ain't doing no good. Fish ain't doing no good.
Well, that's for sure. That's for sure. I mean,
Talk about the baits over at Edgemore.
yeah.
I was over Thursday before Christmas. My nephew was looking for a rod and reel. He couldn't find one nowhere, not on the internet. They had exactly what he was looking for.
Yeah.
I picked them up for him, and the baits and stuff they've got over there now is unreal. It's been a while since I've been in.
Oh, yeah.
But they've got any kind of plastic that you can imagine.
Oh, yeah.
I would just kind of like in a candy shop.
Oh, yeah. You know, and what
His rod and reel selection was really good. Whether it's for Papa taking his grandkid to the creek or to the pond, or maybe you or somebody else looking to spend a bunch of money on a rod and reel, you got them.
Yeah, you got them.
And they'll fix you right up.
When Jim built that building over there, one thing that we talked about when he was up at the other place, that you go up to some of them stores and go in there and you can't see what color you're getting.
It's lit up.
He put the lights in
You
there.
can see them, yeah.
You can tell what color you're getting. You don't have to carry a flashlight with you.
Yep.
You know?
Some of them little tiny chunks that Steve was looking for, I ain't supposed to tell him this, but Brandon found 5 or 6 bags of them over at the boat show, or the fishing show this morning. He called and told me he done bought them for me, so I might hook you up with the pack, I don't know. It just depends on how our critique of what we've had to do tonight, whether I've operated the back of the boat good enough for him or what.
He ain't going nowhere without trolling.
Maybe we're going to have a good review. That's what we need, a good review.
Yeah,
So,
right. He ain't going nowhere without a trolling motor anyway.
no.
Yeah. Yeah, that's talking to Sam over there, the mechanic from Cat there, because he bought one of Steve's boats, and he was telling me how Steve was hating to let that boat get out of the basement there that day, and said he kept saying, well, do you want to keep the boat or you want to keep the check? And he went, I forget how long he went without a boat. He told me, he said, nope, said, I'll tell you right now, he said, I ain't never going to sell my boat till I got another one here to take its place.
Fella's got to dig down deep now to take its place of one of them. You know, if you can find one.
Oh, yeah.
If you can find one.
If you can find
Like
one.
we was talking on the way over here, 2 weeks ago I was down by Glenn's and he still had them sitting up there up in Kingston.
Yeah.
And, like I say, whether they're still there, I don't know. And it still looked like he had one used bullet sitting there in Harriman when I come through last Friday evening. I don't know if he's ever sold it or not, but it's one he took in on trade. But it was still sitting there covered up under the carport. And like I say, a couple guys I've talked to, one slung a piston or slung a rod, and he can't find the motor, and he's supposed to have a power head. Just a bare power head, $9,500. And then one of my salespeople, he tore the foot off of 2020 150 Mercury down in Chickamauga week of Christmas, and they said they're waiting on the insurance. The insurance said that's fine, wasn't a problem, but you got to find one first. Can't find the parts.
Yeah.
And it's getting tough again. I thought things had started coming through and coming around, but it's looking like it's backing up again.
Backing up, that's right. You got that
I mean,
right.
we can't afford to get out of work. If we ain't working, we go fishing. We can't afford to.
That's for sure.
It's something else, though. I make sure Steve hadn't sent us another message.
Well, did you say you had some pictures?
No, he hadn't. Oh, yeah. He said Chandler had some pictures back there.
Chandler, you got some pictures he sent you? All right, let's go ahead and show. Oh, ooh, look yonder.
Mercy.
That may be them boys from up in the Follies that won that tournament. That Faulkner and that other boy. Yeah, my goodness.
I wish he went up there and helped him held them things up.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
I bet he wouldn't let us, though.
Yeah, I don't know what
Them
lake
some
they was
nice ones.
on, but
Yeah.
Gunnersville or
Man.
Chickamauga or what.
You know where them's at, Steve? Send me a message and let me know.
Yeah. Yeah, them some good.
And who they was.
Ain't no doubt about it. That was some dandy fish them fellers had right there. Well, he gonna tell you what that.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I won't wait till you. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Those bass, I've cut the volume down so that I won't be interfering with you guys. Them fish came off of Center Hill.
Off Center Hill. Oh, that mercy. Woo.
Mm.
Yeah. Harrison Hines, Mike.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's fishing for the Tennessee Tech College Club right now.
He is. Well, that's great. That's great.
Yeah. And they're in Florida getting ready for the first tournament on the Harris chain, and he caught those fish. Him and his buddy caught them on Center Hill.
They was on Center Hill when they caught them.
Yeah.
Shoot, far. You know, years ago I caught one about 6 pounds out there at Center Hill, largemouth, and I didn't think there was very many largemouth in that lake, but evidently them fellas is telling me that they catch a lot of largemouth up them rivers up down there at Center Hill.
Yeah.
Them right there with some nice ones, that's for sure.
You got that right.
Yeah. Well, they caught those 4 bass there on Center Hill, and they're nice fish. But like I said, that's Harrison Hines and his fishing partner.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's Herman's grandson there, Harrison is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Herman Hines' son.
His son or his grandson?
His son.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That's great to know.
All righty. I just wanted to let you know that. But, I knew you'd be asking. Dan Nykirk's watching also, so.
Yeah.
Has Mike missed any announcements?
Yeah.
No.
I was going to let. I called Dan to see if he'd heard anything about Ladd's Landing.
Yeah.
It was a mess 2 weeks ago.
Okay, that's what we're looking for. Somebody that can tell us the progress. Go ahead, Jeff.
It was a mess. I didn't go down in there, but they still had a mess down there. But I talked to 2 or 3 people that's been by it by water. They said it was looking good. So they said they got the ramp down in there and flattened it out a little bit up there at the top where you could, looks like you'd be able to see. So they got that hump out of it and got it leveled out, looked like. So to how far they are now, I don't know, but it was, you could see mud and some equipment down there 2 weeks ago.
Well,
Okay.
I just
All
hope,
right. I won't bother you anymore. You're doing a good job. See you later.
okay. Is there anything special you want from the show over there if Jeff gets over there?
No, I just need to get my mechanic car to finish up on my trolling motor.
That
Well,
might not happen for a while.
He said he had a lot on him this weekend, so I don't know.
Yeah, probably working Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah. Tell him to put that off for a while, Jeff. That work.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about, that work. Yeah, that's bad for us.
Yeah, can't even get nothing to work with.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I feel sorry for him too, by the way.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you.
All right, see you too.
see. Well, that's good to see that. He caught that on Center Hill, and I didn't think it was that kind of largemouth in Center Hill.
5 nice and good, or 6.
Yeah.
Sure enough.
I caught
I tell you, I don't care where you caught them. Them still nice and.
yes, sir. I was down
Sure
toward the
enough.
floating mill and caught a good walleye down there, and then I was above Sligo up there when I caught that big largemouth up there. And stuff there, but most of the time, every time I've been down there, it's been smallmouth.
I see them. Them were definitely some nice ones.
That's for sure. That's for sure. I mean, that lake's a good lake. I mean, you know, it's got plenty of rocks and stuff on it, just like Norse and everything. Got a lot of structure back in the hollers there that they've thrown down, them old trees and stuff, and like Norse, they used to have them markers back there in the back of the hollers where they put them brush piles down through there and stuff. So, you know, I don't know that it's got any grass in it like Dale Holler, but yeah, that's a good lake. We've got a lot of good smallmouth out there.
It ain't gonna be long. We're gonna be having that grass back in Wattsbar, I hope.
Yeah.
The water starts coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Get some of this warm weather in here.
That's for sure.
You might talk me into going fishing with you sometime. If it gets up above 50 and the sun's out.
Yeah, it gets above 50 and the sun's out. Hear that. Chandler, can you go ahead and take us to another break?
All right. Hey, folks, we're over here at Edgemore Outdoors and got Vance back here. They've got a new selection of, what is this called now, Vance?
This is all queen tackle.
Queen tackle, okay.
It's all tungsten. They got tungsten weights, flipping weights. They got drop shot weights. All the jigs are all tungsten heads. There's
Yeah.
flipping jigs, football jigs. There's swim jigs down here too. That's all of it's tungsten. There's
yeah.
shaky heads right here.
Okay,
That's
all
just
tungsten
got all
stuff.
this in it.
Well, Vance got my attention with one thing. He's got, you can take any jig. Vance, get some of
the
those bills.
chatterbait now.
The chatterbait bills?
These aren't tungsten, but you can take this little chatterbait
Yeah.
here and you can make a jig or a
Any
swim
jig,
bait,
swim bait,
any kind of
that you're
head.
throwing
or
and
chatterbait.
put a shaky head on it.
Yep.
Son of a gun. I was just wondering how long that was going to take.
They've got different sizes in the blades there. There's
Yeah.
silver, gold, and black.
Silver, gold, and black, different sizes in the blades, and like you said, you can take a white jig that you're flipping and put that dang bill on it, and you
Yep.
got you a chatterbait.
That's right.
Well, I wish me and you had thought of that. Folks, listen, do get by here, Edgemore Outdoors. Just swing around here, look at gosh, I mean, man, you know, I mean, the wrecks are hanging full of stuff, line, oil, just everything in the world here at Edgemore Outdoors. Jim and his crew would be more than glad to help you find what you need. Back here on on the thing, I mean, it's just I just hadn't had a chance to get over here. I've been wanting to come by and make a new film advertisement for Edgemore Outdoors, and we just thank you for their support here over the years, keeping the show going, and it's just, you know, row after row of tackle, baits, plastics, crappie stuff, catfish stuff. They've got live bait, reels, rods. I mean, it's just, if you're looking for it, more than likely they have it over here. So do come by, stop in here and visit with Edgemore Outdoors. And I'm pretty sure you'll be satisfied and they can help you find what you need.
All right, folks, I'm telling you, that place has got the baits over there now. Ain't no doubt about it. You go by there and check them out. That's a good bunch of fellas to do business with and everything. And anyway, it's just like down there at Reynolds Marine. You know, they got car parts down there and stuff too on the other side of the marine store there if you need parts for your trailer or your truck or your car or something down there. They'll help you out with that too. But he got a few boats in down there you might want to check out, and then got some motors, different horsepowers and stuff. I don't know if he's got any 250s, 300s, Mercuries or something. He may have a Yamaha or something in it. I don't know. You just have to go online to his thing.
That's for Steve.
Yeah. Something a little different this week on North, using white flies, 1/4 inch. Couple of smallmouth, had one walleye, Cove Creek. That's, yeah, Jeff Parrott.
That's who it looks like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he done good there.
Okay,
His
nice.
rockfish ain't too big though.
Looks like something you catch.
And
Oh, you don't
that's
like
a
catching
minor
them?
compared to the one I had.
Oh, you catch real rockfish, do you? All right.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. I swear, I'm telling you,
I don't know if we can. Let's see.
that one I had to hold up a few years back down there, that shocked me. I'm telling you what, I ain't never seen anything like that in Watts Bar Lake.
I don't know if we can. If that'll let it show up.
No, I doubt it.
Probably not.
Probably not. He put it on there, he said.
Okay.
Give me a second there, he get right in on it. Yeah.
Get the blur off of it.
Yeah, yeah, I was crappie fishing, and the way I was sitting not square off the side of the boat, I was kind of about halfway between straight ahead and off the side there, and as the fish hit, I set the dang hook on him.
There you
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's a nice one. And that's kind of, sure he likes to grill right there.
He ain't in his kayak though.
Yeah.
Hadn't pulled him over all over the
No,
lake. But
and they pulled him over. Anyway, I was winding that fish up and got up there. I said, "Daggone, that's a dang drum," you know. And just quit winding there for a second and looked around and was thinking about grabbing the pliers and getting him unhooked and had him right there. I guess he just right at the top of the water. All of a sudden I looked down and there's this big whoosh come up there. And he was right, I mean, that far from that dang drum. And that drum weighed about 4 or 5 pounds. Yeah, he was wanting to eat that rascal, and he was from that drum past the depth finder on the dash back there. I'm telling you.
Really?
I said, what in the world? And then he just sunk right back down real slow. I said, phew, my God. I'm telling you, I don't know what he'd weigh or anything about him. I know I didn't have enough line to hold him. Yes, sir. That's the first one I've ever seen that big down there. And we've seen them back there. Look like hogs of water, and there's so many of them that's going crazy back there after them minnows and stuff. And they get schooled up. And, it's
Now,
not
last few times we've been to the lake, there's been minnows everywhere. There's been plenty of bait fish.
Yeah, that there in Canyon Creek, they was back there toward the dock. That year, they was wearing them out there, and out there in Rockwood, there in that one spot there in Rockwood, they was after them minnows. And I think down there at the Scout Holler, seen a bunch of them in there. Seen some guys in there throwing and catching them even and stuff. And we got up there next to where the old sailboat thing was there, Rockwood, and come in there, and Steve grabs up my dang rod and, you know, throws it out there, and all of a sudden, there goes my dang plug. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we did.
Ain't blaming it on me or Mikey, blaming it on Steve.
Yeah, I know it.
Lord have mercy.
To keep your paws off of my fishing stuff.
That's what he tells Wes, ain't he?
Yeah, that's, well, you know, if he wants to lose, he wants to lose baits and let him lose his, not lose mine.
That's right.
Yeah, he done me that way twice. Lost my crankbait and then he lost my top water plug.
Well,
Yeah, that's twice. He lost my bait, so if there's any rockfish around, I run from him. When I got him with me. He's something else. Dang rockfish. Yeah. He just something else, you know. That's the way he was up there at north that night when we was up there, and I throwed in there and I was hung up. I said, take me over and get me unhung. About that time he set the hook on one, and he started in there to get me unhung, and all of a sudden that rockfish went the other way toward the dam, and I was hung back up this way. And he was screaming and hollering, and he said, you're going to have to do something. I said, well, get me unhung first. He said, no. Said, it's past the knot. And said, yeah. That's what he hollered. Said, it's past the knot, and said, it ain't too good. Stripped the line off. Had to break my spinnerbait off. So go chase that rockfish down. Yeah. And Baxter was laughing at him. Yeah, said there's.
he was after, wasn't he?
Yeah, said that's past the knot and it ain't too good. Yeah, smoking that reel. I said, man, I said I wouldn't have give that spinnerbait for 100 of them rockfish. Well, I wanted to get my bait back. I said, well, what about mine?
You wouldn't have been catching rockfish.
Yeah, I said, what about mine? Yeah, you know, you get it when the lake goes down. I said, yeah. Yeah, he's something else.
The sacrifices you make.
Yeah, I know it. I know it. He's something else. And then he got down there and had Wesley's rod and reel there. The one Wesley claimed anyway, it had Wesley's jig on it. And he rode back to throw it and he said, pow!
Just kept going.
I said, what are you going to tell Wesley? And fish broke it off.
Yeah. Now you know where that Wes. Now you know where that jig's at.
Yeah. Yeah. He's running around with it. But yeah, he have a time out of him down there. Dad, he doesn't like it, but get out there. But I'm hoping that the crappie will come on with it down there a little bit better. And maybe we get
I
some.
think the weather's supposed to be about like this, warm up a few days.
Yeah.
And then I think turn back cold again next Thursday, Friday. It's supposed to be down in the teens. What, in the morning Saturday, I believe.
Yeah.
And then just mid-30s, but I think we're supposed to have some 40 degrees after the first of the week.
It'd be nicer. Just dry is the main thing I'm wanting.
And get one of these weathermen to predict it, maybe it happened.
I hear that. Yeah, they're getting.
I had put on the news that there was sleet and snow in Myrtle Beach. All
Yeah,
the way up the coast
yeah.
there. Sometime today when that cold front went through.
There, a couple of weeks ago there, when all that warm air come through here, you know, and we was having that 70-degree stuff, I turned around there and looked, and all the grass was shooting up and turning green and everything else. I said, Lord have mercy. Surely not. I ain't gonna have to start mowing again.
I'd rather mow than have to deal with snow and rain.
Well, that's true
We can
too.
mow. Let's just enjoy it. If we get
True.
too hot, we can go to Walmart and
The
cool
only
off.
thing about it, it was the ground was the thing, as they call it, rotten from all the freezing and thawing and the rain and everything. You step and it's just like on a sponge.
Yeah.
You
There ain't
couldn't, no
nothing.
way you could mow anything like that. But anyway, it was rough
There
on
ain't no way.
the river down there as far as muddy water and everything.
Let's say 5.5 inches of precipitation so far this year.
Yeah.
20 days worth of it.
Whether we're behind or ahead.
January's done gone.
Yeah. But anyway, we just have to take what the good Lord gives us and try to do the best we can with it, and hopefully we can catch enough of them crappie to make a good mess.
Yeah, Steve looked a little hungry.
Yeah,
Especially after he's been sick. He's going to be kind of picky.
Yeah, I figured that
We'll
too.
have to get him built back
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah, he sure is. He's kind of under the weather there. Hopefully you get back to rolling again.
Yeah, I'm sure they need him at work, don't they?
Yeah,
He plays a vital role.
yeah, I guarantee you that. Guarantee you that. Yeah. Anyway,
Now, we can talk about him because he ain't here.
yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Well, we sure enjoyed everybody tuning in with us there. Hopefully you could understand us and know what's going on. Hey, we got one more caller here. Hello. Hello. Go ahead.
You still carry those bundles of knives?
Bundles of what?
Knives.
No, sure don't.
Knives.
No. Afraid not.
You don't have the knives anymore.
All right, thank you.
Okay, y'all used to carry a bundle of knives.
No, sure don't.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. No, we ain't got no bundles of hay.
Nah. I may need some before weekend's over.
Yeah,
But
yeah, well, we may want to build a
Yeah.
fire with it or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. Don't fire and smoke them off or something. I don't know. Anyway, we've had a good time, and hopefully you've enjoyed the show, and maybe Steve will be back with us next week. And,
get him back in his seat where he belongs.
yeah,
I'm more
say-
comfortable in a recliner.
yeah, I heard that. Maybe we'll get a day off enough to go down and drown another minnow and catch a few more of them crappie. I had some the other night, and man, they was good. Yeah, okay. Need a few more is all I know. Yeah, I had crappie for supper, and then had a crappie sandwich at work.
Oh,
Yeah.
you had it made that day.
That made. So
Yeah.
they were dead. So
Man.
anyway, we'll get out of here and let Chandler show a few more commercials from our sponsors. And remember them, folks, because it's like Steve said, we just can't do it without them. So, just have a good evening, and we'll see you next week.
Hey Folks, I'm here at Reynolds Racing and Marine, 620 Ray Street here in Kingston. Got Mr. Glenn Reynolds here with us. Glenn, tell us about this beautiful bullet boat sitting here.
Okay, this is the latest deal. It's called SST. It's 21 foot long. Has a lot of key features inside. It's got three coolers, so you keep your beverages plenty cool. Got a little wider front end up front. And it's got the recessed foot pedal for the new Spotlight trolling motors that I'm going to try to sell Steve one.
Yes, sir.
And it's a pretty silver and red.
Boy, it's beautiful. It really
is. Got the new 250R.
250R on that thing, folks. Man, this thing looks sharp.
That's just one boat. Of course, we got it in the background here.
Yeah.
We've got several side-by-sides.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And then...
there's the big 5-seater. That's a 5-seater. Man. Dadgone it, Glenn.
Got a lot of side-by-sides.
Yes, sir.
And then we've got, of course, this is
Allison?
This is Allison Color Pro Series.
Yeah.
It's called a Pro Elite.
Pro Elite, okay.
And it's got, I guess here is some of the pictures.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. It's got a TV screen in the front. Glenn.
Yeah. And then it raises it up. It's called an E-pad.
Right.
And Allison has a patent on this, I think. And you can raise it up where you can, if you're a tall guy, you can still see
it. Yeah, yeah.
That's sort of unique. And then, of course, we've got the Allisons and the bullets on this side.
Right. Oh, man. We've got the twin yellows here, don't we?
Got the twin yellows. One's yellow and white, one's yellow and black. This one will be in Mercury's brochure. I went down and made some pictures at Joe River Lake, and it should be coming up pretty soon in the brochure.
Right, right.
And of course, it has the E-pad, it has the spot lock. I call it Ultrex.
Right.
Now this is called a 21 RDC. It's a raised deck, real console. And it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, and it's
one of my favorites.
It's a beautiful boat.
Good.
Yes, sir.
And now it's got the new 300R on it.
300R, man.
And, but we can mix and match any engine combination just about you want.
Yeah.
Some people want 300, some wants 200, some wants 250s.
Yeah.
And but we're normally selling 250 and $300, you say.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff, Glenn. Glenn, you want to mention something about the pontoon boat sitting over there?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Got a Veranda pontoon boat here. Man, that thing is beautiful.
And I guess before here we get a close-up.
Yeah.
Everybody else has got plywood bottom. It's got what we call a cooling slot. It's all aluminum. It never